So here's my Dilly Do, my absolute beautiful girl, my little superstar. Dilly didn't have a very good prognosis early on because, she's always been a very, very sickly dog. Now, Dill, if you can see, she has a blue eye. Dill, come, show everybody. So this blue eye here is the eye that's been rejected. Her other one's normal colour. Now, this eye here, for a 2 milligram tube of cream, it is £74 for a 2 milligram tube. So as you can imagine, see, he's sucking on a quilt. So as you can imagine, we use it very sparingly because 2 milligrams does not last long at all. I couldn't keep weight on her originally, and that was down to the bad heart, like I've spoke about before. And then she got pyotremia, which is where they get basically a ball of pus in the womb, and then they don't really have any symptoms other than just being off. Thankfully, Dilly had, this was 18 months ago, Dilly had some discharge. I knew she wasn't due in season. And every 3 out of 4 dogs die, female dogs who have not had puppies, develop pyotremia, and it's a silent killer in female dogs. My brother lost his English Bull Terrier Kiki not so long ago to the same thing, only months after Dilly had it. And what it is it's a change in the bacteria within the womb. It causes pus, and Dilly's just picked the ball up, so Zippy's got up. And it can make them it's caused sepsis, septicemia, and it will kill them if you do not catch it in time. Thankfully, she had a bit of discharge. It didn't look right. I knew she wasn't due in season because she'd not long been in season. And I got straight to the vets. 3 days later, she was on the operating table. And she pulled through that. They were super worried about a bad heart. But it was a case of she either has the operation or she dies anyway. So, obviously, with this tooth coming out, she's not as healthy as she was 18 months ago. She's slowed down a heck of a lot. English Bull only really have a 10 to 12 year lifespan. Most English Bull Terriers are quite hard to get above 8 years old. They're bad for chewing. They're bad for swallowing things that aren't good for them. Dilly has consumed many leather items, wallets, motorbike boots. She ate a full leather harness, including the buckles. Thankfully, she spewed the buckles up. But she's had this endless amount of problem with this incisor tooth of hers, and the time's come. It's caused her issues over the years. I've tried to have her in 3 or 4 times to have it removed. They don't really want to remove it, but if I show you quickly, out the way, Zip. I'll just show you quickly. It needs sorting. There it is. That's coming out. So she's just had a course of antibiotics for that. Again, they were like, oh, she's got a bad heart. Well, one day I am going to lose this dog, and it's going to be the most painful event of my life. But instead of her dying of heart failure and going into a seizure and then having multiple seizures and then having to be put down, and it all being extremely stressful for my kids, for myself, for Dilly, if it's God's will for her to go on the table under anaesthetic peacefully, then so be it, But I want her, she needs to have this tooth out. Every 3 to 6 months, she's on antibiotics for it, and not small doses either for a week or 2. It's like massive doses for 6 to 7 weeks. The infection gets that bad. And she's never really lived completely pain-free, hasn't Dilly? If it hasn't been the tooth, then it's been the eye. That's been the problem. If it hasn't been the eye, it's been the heart. And she's just had it rough, really. And she's the most sweetest bull terrier. She's literally, owning this dog has been an absolute pleasure. She's an absolute cracker. She's great with my kids. She's great with other dogs. If she was to be attacked by another dog, it's rare that she will fight back. That's not to be, she's not to be underestimated though. Are you coming in? Oh, that's my washing baskets that have become a coat rack until I get sorted out today. She's lost a ball under here, look. So yeah, that's my Dilly Do. She's a really, really good English Bull Terrier, apart from her breeding. She was probably a backyard breeder because of her health problems. It's very common in English Bull Terriers to have bad hearts, bad kidneys. They often get renal failure. The rejection of the eyeball and the failure of the tear duct to work is very common if they've got bad hearts. Usually, if they've got a bad heart, it comes with a blue eye. You can see how beautiful that blue eye is. She really is a stunner. She's got a bit of cauliflower ear going on, where she got stung off a bee. Here he is. What are you up to? What are you up to? Oh, he's searching around. No, that's my tea. Right, guys. So yeah, here's my beautiful dogs. Just look at them both. Aren't I blessed? Truly.